You need some self-identity. Outside of your relationship, outside of your job, outside of whatever it is that you identify as, you need some self-identity. Okay? The thing I want to talk about today is codependency. Because whether you see it or not, a lot of us are codependent on a lot of things in many different ways. And I feel like relationships become the area that people are most codependent in. Outside of your partner, you always need to have your own life. You need to have your own hobbies, your own things that you like to do, your own friend groups, your own everything. Because if you cannot find an identity for yourself outside of your partner, then it's like, who are you? Who are you? And as a person who used to struggle with my man, and identifying with my man, you don't want to be that person, bro. You don't want to be that person. Whether you are a male or a female, you do not want to be that person, because your friends will start to notice, and your friends will start to not like the fact that you can't talk about anything else outside of your relationship. And not even that, it's just so important to have your own life. Like, your world should not revolve around whoever you are dating, because at the end of the day, excuse me, that person may leave you. At the end of the day, everything don't last forever. And at the end of the day, when that relationship does come to an end, you're going to be so lost without them, you're not going to know what to do with yourself. You're not going to know what to do with yourself, because you've been identifying with this person, with this concept of love, of a relationship for so long in your mind that you don't know who you are anymore outside of that. So for me, in relationships, it's always important that I continue to do the things that I love. And that's why it's so important to take breaks after relationships. Like, don't just jump from relationship to relationship simply because you are trying to fill a void, or you're trying to feel something, or whatever the case may be. You need to find your own self-identity. You need to be your own person, because that person was attracted to you because you were who you were. And maybe that person was attracted to you because you didn't know who you were, and they found you easy to manipulate, because it works like that too. When you don't have a self-identity and people come into your life and they can see that you don't know who you are, you don't have a self-identity, they will manipulate you in any way that they can, because you're open. You're just an empty space waiting to be filled by love, by joy, by friendships, by whatever it is that you're waiting to be filled by. I was always a person who I wouldn't go anywhere without anybody else. Now I'm my own person. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. I don't need anybody to go with me to do anything ever. I will happily get up and go do whatever it is I want to do, because I'm my own person. I know who I am. I have my own identity, and I like to do the things I love. And when you are so codependent on the partner, your partner will get tired of that. Like, your partner will get tired of you being so clingy and not having a life of your own. Like, you need a life of your own. You need to know yourself. And when you know yourself, you'll also find things that trigger you inside of these relationships. And being codependent on relationships really makes breakups so much harder, whether it's a friendship or like it's platonic or romantic. Like, whatever the case may be, you're gonna have a hard time getting over this person, this concept, simply because you don't know yourself. It's so important to know yourself. Like, you have to know yourself. You have to know yourself, for real. And I'm not gonna say like it's easy to overcome that, because it's not. Sometimes it's not. But if you actually take the time and sit with yourself and figure out what it is that you want out of life, you will come to terms with knowing who you are, and knowing what you want, and knowing that you have your own identity outside of whatever situation it is that you have going on. Okay? I just want us all to get to a point of where you want a relationship and not need one. You want these things and not need them. You don't need them because you're not trying to fill any voids. You're not trying to make up for any losses. You are trying to just find something powerful and something meaningful to your life that adds value and not take away from who you are at the core. Know yourself. Know yourself. And when you find a partner who loves you for who you are, don't get so consumed into the relationship that you start to lose who you are outside of them. Because that's when problems start to arise. Like, you have to stay consistent with yourself. If you don't stay consistent with anything else in life, stay consistent with yourself and knowing yourself and loving yourself and being kind to yourself. Like, you shouldn't need somebody to tell you they love you or they want you or they miss you or whatever the case may be. You should tell yourself those things because those are affirmations. You need to affirm to yourself that you love yourself, that you want yourself, because you don't want to be feeling lost without someone in your life. You want to always be ready for what's next. Be ready for healing. Be ready for yourself to evolve into something greater without having to go down in the dumps because you completely lost your self-identity because you were over consumed in your relationship. Personally, I have friends who get into relationships and it's like they don't know themselves anymore. And coming from a person who used to do that, I understand how it feels. But it comes to a point in life where we have to get over that hump of not having a self-identity and not being overconsumed in your relationship and just letting your relationship swallow you up whole. Love feels great. Love feels amazing. But you can love someone without being overconsumed by the relationship dynamics. You can love someone without being overconsumed by how they make you feel or what they did and how their life is going, because what are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for you at the end of the day? I don't know. I feel like this message is for somebody. Who is it for? Who is it for? Who is it for? Like, don't let them consume you. And at the end of the day, it's not them. Because you can fully love someone, be in love with someone without them loving you an inch back. Without them loving you an inch back. Because at the end of the day, the love that you feel comes from within you and it does not come from them. Say it again, Pastor. The love that you feel for someone comes from within you and does not come from them. So that same love that you're feeling, you can feel it on your own, by yourself. Because we are all made of love. We are here to love. We are here to love and care for one another. But the thing is, love comes from within. So love yourself first before you decide to love anybody else in this life. Make sure that you are loving on you first. Because you would think that, oh my God, it feels so good to just love on them. It feels good to love yourself. That same love is coming from the inside of you because you are a loving being. You are a loving person. You are kind. You are magnetic. You are strong. You are helpful. You are honorable. You are resilient. You are powerful. You are a money maker. A money attractor. You attract all good things. Good things constantly come to you because you think about good things. You're beautiful. You are loving. People love you. People love your energy. People love how you make them feel. Even though you love how you make other people feel, people love how you make them feel. People appreciate you. People care for you. You care for yourself. Say your affirmations every day. Affirm yourself that you are not codependent. You are love. And all the love that you need comes from within you. Okay. Bye.